It's November, it's fall, and it's hockey season. Our first New England Hockey Journal visit this year takes us to Worcester. We're checking out the minor league Worcester Railers, why their fans love their team, and why many are saying that Central Mass and Worcester is now the place to be. Have you been to the city of Worcester lately? If the answer is no, why not?
This is an area that, may have had a reputation years ago, but now all of a sudden, it's sort of found its cool. It's got a fun flavor.
Part of that Worcester cool comes courtesy of their minor league hockey team, the Worcester Railers. More than 6,000 fans were on hand for the Railers opening night game in mid-October.
Up ice now, the Railers go right to left. Krieger pass out in front, and they score!
We're going to be a high-paced, aggressive team. We want to play in everybody's face. We want to take away time and space as much as we can.
He played it! He shot it! Blow the whistle!
We want to maintain puck possession as long as we can and make plays and score goals by design.
The Railers are pouring it on here early.
On this night, the Railers started fast and coasted to a 5-2 win.
Let's go, Railers!
It's a sports town. They love anything competitive and get behind winners.
On-ice success is not the only thing that the Railers strive for.
I hope that families have made memories, that they had a great, affordable, fun time at the DCU Center.
The Railers are just one of many reasons that Worcester and Central Mass are seeing a revival.
You've got new concert halls popping up. You've got older ones kind of being revitalized and used more. And then just, obviously the DCU Center, the Worcester Ice Center, all the breweries in the surrounding area, things like that. There's just a buzz that Worcester's a fun place to be now.
Specifically, longtime hockey fan and Railers team owner Cliff Rucker has been instrumental in shining a light on not only his team, but encouraging all to discover Central Mass.
Cliff Rucker's coming to Worcester with his vision and commitment to really creating a downtown, a vibrant downtown, and creating activity is astounding. One of his favorite lines is, activity breeds activity.
His commitment to this community is beyond. He wants to make sure that he's a big part of the growth here in Worcester, whether it be from his businesses or from the community aspect and the way that the Railers put themselves out there. He's a massive part of the revitalization of the city.
Our owner, Cliff Rucker, is extremely philanthropic, and he's done a lot of community building, literally by building businesses and starting businesses in the area, but also giving back to the community.
These businesses, along with the Railers and the Worcester Red Sox, have helped in Worcester's recent growth.
When someone comes to a Railers game, we don't encourage them to just stay within the confines of the DCU Center. We really make a concerted effort to get them to go out and frequent the restaurants in the area, to support the small businesses, the outdoor shows at the Palladium, and multiple restaurant and entertainment outlets within this community.
We'll return to Worcester and the Railers in a few minutes. Thanks for being with us. I'm Evan Marinofsky. Hockey is here and the boys prep hockey season locally is underway, and it is always a must-watch event. Our top 5 teams to watch this year. At number 5, we have Salisbury. The Crimson Knights made it all the way to the large school tournament championship game last year, and this season, head coach Andrew Will and his staff have their sights set on getting Salisbury back in the Elite 8. Coming in at number 4 is Avon Old Farms. The reigning Elite 8 champions lost their top 3 offensive producers and top goalie to graduation, but still, Avon is always a threat. At number 3 is Kimball Union. Despite losing Prep's highest point getter last season in Jackson Kirkostas and top goalie Dan Haru, the Wildcats bring back a deeper team, one that looks destined for a deep run in the Elite 8. At number 2, we have Cushing. The Penguins went to the Elite 8 championship game last year, but despite the loss of several top players, head coach Paul Pearl should have Cushing once again vying for an Elite 8 title. And at number 1, we have St. Sebastian's. The Arrows didn't lose a single player from last year's team. They have 15 seniors, are stacked offensively, and can boast an airtight defense and solid goaltending. This group headlines our Prep Preview magazine, so for more on boys prep, make sure to follow along all winter at hockeyjournal.com. When we come back, we continue our visit with the Worcester Railers and why the team's penchant for giving back to the community is so critical. New England Hockey Journal's Rinkwise podcast, hosted by Stephanie Wood and me, Evan Marinovsky, is the hockey podcast for serious hockey players and their supporters to help guide them throughout their hockey careers with interviews and insight from some of the biggest names in the game. Download Rinkwise today wherever you get your podcasts or listen at hockeyjournal.com/podcast. New England Hockey Journal is brought to you by Bando Performance, using the latest scientific research to push athletes to reach their full potential. And by Nice Rink, the original backyard ice rink since 1991.
Hey everybody, Charlie Bando here, co-owner and director at Bando Performance. We're thrilled to be a part of the New England Hockey Journal this year and share our knowledge of strength and conditioning with you. I started Bando Performance in 2019 with the goal of offering premier, boutique-style training that is tailored to athletes of all levels. We incorporate the latest scientific research to push our athletes to their fullest potential. Here at Bando, our team takes pride in reducing the risk of injury while increasing the athlete's performance. No matter what your age, gender, or your athletic goals, we provide individuals and teams with the right tools to succeed. What makes us unique is how we tailor and integrate our strength and conditioning programs to suit the needs of each client. We use ground-based, three-dimensional exercises that maximize full range of motion and build strength, size, and endurance. It's a process that motivates, educates, and guides our athletes towards success. We work with collegiate and prep school programs, as well as pro athletes, Olympians, and pro teams. Bando Performance uses a professional, cutting-edge technological approach to training to ensure the best results. We test, track, and reset our athletes to measure progress and increase performance. Our force plates analyze and measure the force and reaction time for each athlete while also detecting imbalances to provide training insight for coaches and to support the rehab process. Our 1080 Sprint is a portable resistance training device that uses variable resistance technology, measuring power, force, speed, and acceleration. It's a must for developing hockey players. But the most important part of getting the best out of any athlete is understanding their goals. You can trust that when you commit to Bando Performance, our staff will be dedicated in helping you reach your athletic peak. We have so much more, and in the coming episodes, you're going to see why Bando Performance is the best place for strength and conditioning. Give us a call at Bando Performance. We have locations in Worcester, Dedham, and Woburn, Massachusetts, and you can find us online at bando-performance.com.
Welcome to opening night! Woo! Go Railers! Yes. Give me a 2 claps and a Ric Flair after every name. Starting up front, we got Patch. Woo! We got Chase. Woo! We got Calder.
They've never lost a home opening contest in franchise history.
We're going to play championship hockey, whether it be the third practice of the week, the first practice of the week, the third game of the week.
If the fans give to the Railers, rest assured that it works both ways.
Krieger pass out in front, and they score!
We're a give back, community first organization, and with that comes the reciprocation. You get some pretty wild fans for sure.
The level of support that we get from these fans is second to none, and every night we go on the ice, we just hope that the effort we give back is enough to say thank you to them.
Giving back. It's what the Railers are all about. One example is that the team continues to shine a light on our most important, including healthcare providers, teachers, and other frontline workers.
I think it ties into the Railers' mission of being community first and really, wanting to integrate in this community. And it's given us the ability to not only, work with partners in healthcare and first responders, but to bring them here, to recognize them, and to really pay tribute, through our channel in a really unique way. It's exciting to know that you work and represent an organization that has such an impact in this community and is raising substantial dollars and supporting small businesses and appreciating those in the community that are making a difference. So it's a special place to be.
We'll continue our visit to Worcester in a moment. I'm Evan Maranofsky. Elsewhere on the ice, the hockey season continues, and one of college hockey's fiercest rivalries resumes in our own backyard. It's been called the Battle of Commonwealth Avenue. Boston College and Boston University. Both teams were highly ranked entering the season.
Coach A one-timer scores!
The Eagles were selected second in Hockey East preseason poll and sixth in the nation, while the Terriers were ranked number 1 in both national preseason polls. A BC-BU game this season will showcase some of college hockey's finest.
Macklin Celebrini with the redirect from Wilner.
Terriers freshman forward Macklin Celebrini is a 6-foot forward who most say could be the number 1 pick in next year's NHL entry draft. Terriers defenseman Lane Hudson is just a sophomore, but was a top 10 finalist for the Hobey Baker Award in his freshman season.
Lane Hudson snaps it home on the power play to tie things for the Terriers.
Back in June, the Eagles made Lexington, Mass native Will Smith the highest draft pick in school history when he was chosen 4th overall by the San Jose Sharks.
Smith with space, a shot, scores!
The BC-BU rivalry, more than 100 years old, resumes in late January with a home-and-home series. Up next, we'll return to Worcester and skate to success.
Build your rink of dreams today, no matter what the size of your backyard rink, with high-quality white rink liners from J. Freeman. Call 800-841-9442 or sales@jfreemanco.net.
Since their inception in 2017, the Worcester Railers have called the DCU Center home. An average of more than 4,000 fans make their way to downtown Worcester for game night. Highly recommended.
It's a phenomenal atmosphere. I mean, especially now, the new seats, and see the energy and the excitement of people, and they see how beautiful this building looks.
Minor league hockey at the DCU with an NHL feel. It's something not lost on the Railers organization. The same can be said about where the Railers hold their practices, the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center.
We're beyond lucky to have a facility like that. 2 ice surfaces, the ice is fantastic. Obviously having the training center upstairs with a little shooting arena that they put in is huge for our guys and their development. We really pride ourselves on running what looks like an NHL organization on an ECHL budget. So when these guys come in to here or the Worcester Ice Center, they feel like they're being treated to the absolute highest level of professional hockey.
The WIC, as some call it, is another Cliff Rucker-driven project, and some credit the facility in sparking additional growth in Worcester's Canal District and beyond.
Not only is it a nice center, but it's also a brewery. Bay State Brewery is there, which drives people. It's a space that's activated, around the clock, which I think is very important for the Canal District. I sincerely believe that had that property not been constructed, that we might not see Polar Park there today. We might not see the rise of all of the dining establishments that are there. So I think we're definitely a contributor and one of the lead players in this significant movement that we're seeing in Worcester.
The Ice Center is also home to another Railers Give Back initiative.
We started our Skate to Success program.
That enables all 4th grade students in the city of Worcester to actually come out to the Fidelity Bank Worcester Ice Center for a field trip.
Tuesday mornings.
They get on the ice, they're laced up with equipment, and it's really a fun, bonding experience for them. It's a really great opportunity to get them engaged with what, the sport of hockey is all about. been really fun to not only work with a professional sports team, but one that genuinely cares about this community and really wants to have an impact here.
They get a meal at Bay State Brewing Company, they get a jersey to take home. It is what drives us as an organization, is that community give back.
We'll return to Worcester and the Railers in a few minutes. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Evan Marinofsky. Look for us here on the Hockey Journal later this season to highlight our top prospects for next year's NHL entry draft. But here's a sneak peek. First up, we have Newburyport, Massachusetts native Cole Yzerman. Yzerman has been scoring at will for the United States National Team Development Program's U18 team this season, and that's nothing new.
Higgins will drop it back for Hudson, for Moore. He'll go down low, pass across, score! Yzerman, the tap.
He had 43 goals last season and has always been known as an elite goal scorer with a knack for the net. Early projections have him going somewhere in the top 3 come the draft. Then there's Macklin Celebrini. While he's not from New England, he's playing at Boston University this season. He's a standout center who can do it all. Early returns with the Terriers lead many to believe Celebrini will go in the top 3 as well, and could even be the top overall pick. Next is Boston College commit Teddy Stiga, a current teammate of Yzerman's. The Sudbury, Mass. native cut his teeth with the Boston Junior Eagles and Belmont Hill before heading to the program. And our final draft prospect to watch is Landon Resendez. The Marlborough, Mass. native was a star with Cushing Academy last season and has since moved on to the USHL.
Knocked along, breakaway here for Resendez, makes a move, and he finds the back of the net there. Cedar Rapids now up 2-0.
Some say he could go as high as round 4 in next year's draft.
One word, fun.
Up next, let the fun continue. We'll head back to Worcester in a moment, but first, let's take a look at the local girls prep hockey scene. There's expected to be more parity than ever this winter. Here are 3 teams to watch. The first is Williston Northampton.
Mara loses one to Krovo, she scores!
Head coach Krista Talbot-Saifu's team has their sights set on winning a 3rd straight Elite 8 title. Williston has cemented themselves as the new prep school powerhouse with outstanding talent at all positions. Our second team is Phillips Andover. Coached by Martha Fenton, Phillips Andover found itself in the Elite 8 title game last season and should be in the conversation for the Elite 8 once again. Groton is our 3rd team to watch. The Zebras made it all the way to the small school tournament final last season, capping off their best season under head coach Tim Leroy.
Ahead for Trudel, backdoor shot, score!
Groton is fortunate to return sophomore standout Tina Scalise, who is one of the best players in girls prep hockey. Now, let's head back to Worcester and our visit with the Worcester Railers.
Great to be back here for season 6 of Railers hockey, and welcome.
If creating a fun, enjoyable atmosphere for fans at Worcester Railers hockey games is the mandate, then Adam Webster is the right person for the job.
This is the kind of job I call it a paid hobby. I wouldn't do this if it felt like work, and the minute it feels like work, I'm going to stop doing it.
Adam wears 2 hats during Railers games. He's the public address announcer during the game,
Last minute to play in the first period, 1 minute.
and the in-game host between periods.
All right, everyone, let's get those chicken wings a-flexing. It is time.
Some people don't even know what the score is. Like a kid, all the kid wants to know is, did he see himself, him or her, on the Jumbotron?
Make some noise when you see yourself up on the video board.
To me, it's about putting smiles on kids' faces. It's about the electricity, the energy in the building. I'm a 17-year-old in a 49-year-old body, so I like to think that we're all kids at some point, and we all want to just have a good time, regardless of the score.
That's how you do it. Make a muscle, look for yourself up on the video board.
It's just all about having fun. The players come and go, but the fans have been here. The fans are great, and I love everything about what I did.
For Adam and the Railers, it might be all fun and games, but it's serious business when talking about Worcester, Central Mass, and how the Railers in the area have collaborated in a region-wide attitude change.
I was just having coffee with a friend the other day who was saying, man, we are living in a real city now. And when you go out, don't you feel like you're part of a real city? It's just great to see the city grow and watch the Worcester Railers organization grow with the city.
I went to high school here in Worcester, and I grew up not too far down the road in Westboro. So I've seen Worcester from the early 2000s, late 90s to what it is now. And there's no surprise that teams want to bring sports franchises here and people want to start moving here. The city's on an incredible climb. You see all the new businesses that are coming back into downtown, the restaurants, the buzz, the young people that are now choosing to live right around downtown. It's a no-brainer to start having teams and organizations like this in the area.
People want to live in Worcester. They want to visit Worcester. And I think that the Worcester Railers have played a big part in that.
Thanks for coming along on our visit to Worcester. I'm Evan Marinofsky. See you next time on New England Hockey Journal. New England Hockey Journal is brought to you by Bando Performance, using the latest scientific research to push athletes to reach their full potential. And by Nice Rink, the original backyard ice rink since 1991.